Hey everybody, it's Matt here, and today I have got a pair of the Nike Downshifter 11s to try out and see how they go as a potential walking shoe. Now officially these are a running shoe, which usually means they have a reasonable amount of support, lightweight, and breathe well. I'm keen to see how these go as a potential walking shoe. I'm always interested in what's going to be a good option for traveling. I'm looking for lightweight, supportive, breathable. Now I find Nikes are always narrow and often short, and that I have to go up a size in them. So normally I would go a US Men's 11. I've got a US Men's 12 to try, which is a UK 11, which is a Euro 46. And just before we whip these out, it'd be awesome if you give this video a thumbs up. And of course, if you are not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the bell so you get notified about new videos from me on walking and hiking shoes, other travel related gear, and of course, just general on my travels. Now, let's whip these out, give them a try on, and see how they go. Alright, so that is the Nike Downshifter 11. And this is the black, white, and gold color. First impression just on picking that up is it is a really lightweight shoe. Let's have a closer look at these. These are obviously a low cut lace-up shoe, and we actually have this really high ankle cut. And while there is no pull tab or anything for pulling these on at the ankle, it actually comes up higher than the tongue. If we have a closer look at these, we've got a fairly lightweight flat lace. There's one extra lace hole here, so you can really lock your ankles in with those if you need to. The upper of these is a combination of textile and a synthetic material, which is basically just around the details and around the laces loops to give them extra support and strength. Coming down to the bottom of the laces, we actually have this extra little loop that the lace runs through. And then on the tongue, we of course have the Nike swoosh and the Downshifter text, and the laces do loop through this little segment in the middle. The tongue is free moving otherwise. It's not stitched in except for down the base, so this little loop does help to hold that into place. Obviously these gold ticks, the Nike swoosh on both sides, are also a synthetic material. On the outside of the shoe it is like an embossed outline, and on the inside of the shoe it is just a flat symbol. It is not raised up at all. Heading inside the shoe, it is a textile liner on the inside, and that insole is a textile and synthetic insole. It is glued in and is not removable. Coming down to the midsole, it is an EVA foam midsole. This white section does have the Nike swoosh, of course, around the heel there on the outside of the shoe. And then on the outsole, we have this firmer but lightweight rubberized black section, which should help to give you plenty of traction. It does angle up a little bit at the back of the shoe there, going behind the heel. And of course, that rubberized section does come up around the toe, which will give the toe area of the shoe just that little bit more protection. As I mentioned, these feel quite light, and with all this mesh everywhere, I expect them to be very breathable. That toe area in particular looks like the air should just flow straight through it. Let's go ahead, try these on and see how they feel. First impression, Nike has not disappointed with their typical small sizing, and going up that size was definitely needed because while the length is actually good for a Nike, I actually probably don't need the length. That's a little bit long on my left foot. I've got a little bit more than an index finger in front of my big toe, so that's probably a bit too much. But width-wise, it is actually definitely narrow around the arch coming into the ball of the foot. I feel like the side of my foot here is probably pushing a bit hard against the side. I also feel like over here, right under the ball, beside my big toe, again, we're a little bit narrow. I probably wouldn't go up a size anymore in these for me personally. It's obviously going to be way too long, and this textile mesh is going to stretch pretty quickly anyway, I would say. Standing in them, first impressions are super light and definitely breathable. This mesh barely feels like it's even there on my feet. I can feel the air movement just in moving my feet around. It just feels super light and spacious in this area in front of the ball of the foot, and super flexy. I really like how low they are around the ankle. I'm not sure about this high bit here. I do wonder if that's going to be annoying. And underneath, they're very firm. There's not much cushion. They're obviously not designed really for walking on your heels. They're designed for being up on your toes a lot more. And that is actually where I feel like a lot of the comfort is under the ball of the foot. I think this could pass for a walking shoe that gives you the flexibility to also run or jog in if you want to do that. I don't think they're going to be a good shoe to wear with invisible or no-show socks like what I've got on now. I can already feel around this section around the top of the shoe, particularly on my left foot, that it is starting to rub on my ankle as I'm moving my foot around. That does not feel great at all, so I definitely want to wear some longer socks with these. As for support, I feel like my foot is really locked into them. I feel like this lace system works well. And much I'm not a big fan of this high ankle bit here, I do feel like it does kind of lock your foot in quite nicely while giving you a lot of flexibility with the low cut ankle area. I probably would not pick these if you're going to be standing in them all day. day. I don't think they're a very good option for that at all, especially on hard surfaces like this. But for walking and running in for shorter periods, I think they would be fine. And as they're designed to be a running shoe, that's kind of what I would expect. So the big selling point for me for these is just how light and breathable they are. I don't think they're a great option for standing and walking in all day. As much as they're light and breathe well, they're not super comfortable. And I honestly find myself wanting to take them off. I'm not really enjoying wearing them. So I would only really be going for these if you need a lightweight shoe for shorter periods of time, for running in, that sort of thing. That is what they're designed for. But as I'm always looking at shoes in the context of would I use them when I'm traveling? No, I would not use these shoes as a travel shoe. They are not a good option for that purpose, in my opinion. They're not comfortable enough, they're not supportive enough. I did notice that these did feel like they locked onto the ground really well and had a lot of traction, but I have noticed as soon as I've taken these off my feet, after standing in these for about an hour, definitely got an odor happening. It's about 25 degrees Celsius at the moment, so it's not that hot. So in spite of them being quite breathable, there's definitely odor happening. So if you're looking for a minimal odor shoe, I probably would not pick these ones. So that is the Nike Downshifter 11. I hope you found this video helpful. For more information and pricing on these guys, don't forget to check out the affiliate links down in the description. And of course, give this video the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this from me. Bye.